Hello there everyone and welcome, it is Aaron here, and today it is time for episode number 6 of our Liverpool career mode here on FIFA 19. Now once again, this video is brought to you by EA Game Changers. Massive thank you to EA for making this one possible and getting this early FIFA 19 footage. Just want to address a couple of things from the last episode that I saw in the comments. A few people talking about the transfers and stuff that I've been doing in this series. For those that are usually around on this channel, you know I like to do realistic transfers, but I've never really done a series with a big team before, and I just kind of wanted to go a little bit crazy in comparison to the usual. So a lot of people were talking about the signings and the sales from last episode. Obviously, we brought in Antoine Griezmann in a trade deal involving Roberto Firmino, for those that don't know. The reason I did it was because obviously Griezmann is a better player, but obviously Firmino suffered that bad injury. I can't remember what he did, but he was out for 4 or 5 months, so that would have ruled him out for the entire season. And this is a one-season career mode, so I didn't really see the point in having him on the books, wasting away, not doing anything when we could use him as a make-weight or a paperweight. Sorry, is that even the phrase? We could use him. I don't even know what the phrase is, but we could use him in a deal to bring in somebody. It just seemed to make sense. There's no point having an 87 rated player that you can't use in the entirety of the series. Obviously, we also lost Trent Alexander-Arnold. That was a release clause deal. I absolutely did not want to sell him, but I didn't realise you could prevent those deals from happening by offering new contracts. So, a bit of a frustrating one. I understand people's frustrations, but I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't exactly want to see a lot of these players leave in real life, but it's a game. It's a career mode series. Like it's not that deep, is what I'm trying to say. In the nicest way possible, it isn't that deep. But that's what I wanted to explain quickly. In the background, you've been seeing some games. We played Bournemouth in the league. We beat them 2-1 at the cost of Virgil van Dijk. Injuries seem to be hitting us like a brick wall at the moment because he's now out for 2 months. So Joe Gomez and Benjamin Pavard are going to be having to step in to play alongside Matt Hummels. Not too bad. They're 80 and 81 rated respectively, so they can plug the hole, but Virgil van Dijk will be a big miss in played games. Played Bournemouth again in the FA Cup and drew 1-1 as they'll go to a replay. Now, as you'll see from the title of this one, the main drama, the main action here is going to be the Champions League round of 16. We've been drawn against Juventus. Obviously, the Champions League is new to this game. We want to do well in the tournament, but seemingly coming second in that group with Atletico Madrid has really cost us because at the moment, well, we're facing a team that has Cristiano Ronaldo in it. This cannot physically be an easy task. Juventus are going to be a very difficult side to face. They are one of the best sides on the entirety of the game, certainly in the top 5, and as you can see, there is the rest of the knockout phase. We could have had the likes of Valencia, Club Bruges, Porto, Lyon, but instead we get Juventus. And this also is an opportunity to see Antoine Griezmann in game for the first time, joining some of the other new signings that we've had in the course of this series, the likes of Nabil Fekir and Matt Hummels, as well as Benjamin Pavard also playing in this game. 4.5 minutes in, and Antoine Griezmann with his first shot of anger as a Liverpool fan, doesn't get too much pace behind it, scuffed, and easy save for Wojciech Szczesny. Into the 11th minute, Sadio Mane sets away, and a challenge comes in from the Portuguese left-back, João Cancelo, and that is a penalty. Seemed like a stupid decision from him to go in, and it's gonna be Fabinho to give us the chance to get a great start to this tie, but it's saved down his left-hand side by Wojciech Szczesny, and a golden opportunity to take the lead in this tie is in fact wasted. Juve coming forward there with Ronaldo's header, but saved easily by Alisson. Into the 23rd minute, Antoine Griezmann there seemed to have a little bit of a knock. He managed to play it into Naby Keita, who went with the long shot, but hopefully Griezmann can run that one off. Into the 35th minute, we're still going forward. We've been playing very well in this game. Fekir slid it through for Mo Salah, and Mo Salah has scored, and the penalty miss fades into insignificance in the end because the Egyptian king has scored once again in this series. It could prove to be yet another crucial goal in this Liverpool career mode series, played through by Nabil Fekir, perfectly weighted and Salah's able to get on the end of it just to prod it underneath Wojciech Szczesny. He's celebrating before the ball's even hit the back of the net, but Mo Salah gives us a 1-0 lead here in the Champions League. This is the home leg as well, so if we can keep this sort of scoreline, we're doing well going forward into the return leg. If we can keep a clean sheet, because Juve, obviously, they could do with an away goal at this point, and they're pushing for one. Dybala on the turn, falls to Ronaldo, but he goes with his head instead of waiting for the ball to drop. Didn't really realise how much time he had on the ball. Ball in again there from Juventus, and Ronaldo with another header. Alisson this time much more tested, has to jump down to his left-hand side. Juve putting on all the pressure at the moment. Cuadrado with the header. Dybala flicks it over the defender, and oh my word, what a goal that is for the man who was a serious target for us at one point in this series. We tried to buy him, we were unsuccessful, and Paulo Dybala has, well, he's punished us completely. He's flicked the ball over Mats Hummels. He's ruined him. I cannot lie to you. He's absolutely ruined Mats Hummels, and it's 1-1. Into injury time, though. Can we grab the lead back? Salah able to cut it back to Daniel Sturridge, but he sliced it so far wide. And that was a huge opportunity to take the lead back in the tie. In the end, it's 1-1. It's not all lost, really. I mean, Juve are in the ascendancy by minimal margins, but it's not exactly the end of the world. This, however, might be the end of the world. Antoine Griezmann, the man we brought in for Roberto Firmino because Firmino was injured, has got injured, and he's out for 2 months. I honestly cannot fathom it, and I will now accept all of the grief I was getting in the comment section for getting rid of Roberto Firmino to bring in Griezmann, because Griezmann has now got injured. If I'm honest, it was a great idea at the time. Clearly, however, it's backfired because Griezmann is now not going to return until probably Firmino would have returned, which is basically at the end of April or the start of May. So we're going to have to continue with Daniel Sturridge up top alongside Salah and Mane. We lost a sim there against Manchester United in the league. If I'm honest, I simmed that game because I think it's quite early on in the season. Don't get me wrong, we're only just getting into March now, but the Premier League is almost a nothing priority right now. You saw the table at the start of the episode, but given we've just lost against Manchester United, I think we dropped points earlier on as well. It's not going great in the league, and we're quite a long way off Everton, who we're now facing away in a sim as well. So almost the cup competitions are the priority at this point, along with just getting into the top 4 in the league. I don't think we can physically win the league at this point because Everton are like 11 points clear of second, let alone us in like P5 or P6. We are through to the next round, the FA Cup. We beat Bournemouth in the replay, 3-1. We're now facing Everton away from home. Everton actually leading this one thanks to Sigurdsson and Theo Walcott. Fabinho with a goal for us. Thankfully, late on, Nabil Fekir does manage to snatch an equaliser in the 82nd minute, and we at least grab a point out of that game and out of Goodison Park. Next up, we face West Ham. This is the final game before that second leg of the Champions League. Mo Salah giving us the lead after 20 minutes, just after Carlos Sanchez got a booking for the Hammers, and hopefully we can go into this game with against Juventus with a win. Even though it's in a sim, hopefully it might just improve the form of the side a little bit. Looks if it will be that way as Nabil Fekir once again grabs another goal. That's 2 from 2 for him. A goal against Everton there, and also a goal against West Ham. This, though, is where it matters. The Champions League round of 16, second leg, and we need a good result here. We need to at least score 1. Because if it's going to be a draw, we need to score at least 1, because Juve, don't forget, did manage to get that away goal at Anfield. It's 1-1 going into this one. If we draw 1-1, it goes to extra time. If we draw 2-2, we go through on away goals. But ideally, we want to try and win this. Juve going forward with the first chance of the game. The shot from Cristiano Ronaldo, wild and over the bar. Resultant goal kick has been taken, and Alisson has given it straight to Ronaldo again. He comes out to greet him. But that is the worst possible start to this second leg of the round of 16. We have completely imploded. It hasn't really changed what we need to do. We still only need to score 1 goal, and that'll mean it'll go to extra time. But it's just not the way we wanted to start. There's just 4 minutes in, and it's going to cause some nerves. Juve now going forward again. Cristiano Ronaldo into Bernardeschi. Fabinho gets on the end of it. It's bouncing around, and it's suddenly 2-0, and this whole tie has slipped away from us massively now. At this point, we now need to score twice in the remainder of the game, and we'll go through on away goals. We need to make sure we keep Juve at bay for the rest of the 78 minutes. We really cannot afford to concede again. 2 goals for Ronaldo in 8 minutes, and we are in serious strife. We need to get ourselves together. This is absolutely ridiculous, and we have done so. Naby Keita in the 19th minute, played through by Fabinho, and he's got a goal back. He's going to go and pick up the ball, and suddenly this task is a whole lot easier. Now we've got 70 minutes to just score one more. Naby Keita with a really important goal there. Nice finish, putting it past Wojciech Szczesny, high to his right-hand side. And it's been an explosive first 20 minutes of this game. Going forward again, Fabinho into Naby Keita again, and it's in again. What a start to this game. This has been 34 minutes gone, and this tie has turned on its head and turned on its head again. It's 2-2, and as things stand, we're going through to the quarterfinals. Fabinho laying it off to Naby Keita, and he's lifted up onto the shoulders of the Liverpool players like an absolute hero. That's because he absolutely is. He's blasted it in, low to Wojciech Szczesny's right-hand side, in off the woodwork. That is such a crisp strike from the midfielder, and Naby Keita could prove to be an absolute hero in this series. A brace for Ronaldo, a brace for Naby Keita, and he might well win a hat-trick. He's been given the ball by Fabinho again, and this time he tests the gloves of Wojciech Szczesny. The pole does not let him get his hat-trick there. 56 minutes now gone in this one. That's Benjamin Pavard giving away a free kick against Douglas Costa. It'll be Paulo Dybala who swings it in. Alisson's come for it. He's missed it. It's bouncing around, and Douglas Costa heads it into the empty net, and it's 4-3 on aggregate, and suddenly we need to score again. The Brazilian jumps the advertising boardings, but what on earth was his fellow countryman Alisson thinking? I didn't even hold Y or triangle because this was on PlayStation. I didn't even hold triangle. He just came out on his own accord, missed it completely, and it is a horror show. It's an absolutely shocking mistake from Alisson. The first goal was him playing it straight out to Ronaldo, and now he's gifted Douglas Costa a goal. It's made it even more difficult. Xherdan Shaqiri trying to get on the end of a Salah pass there, but it was agonisingly just too far ahead of the Swiss winger. And Juve are coming forward again, ball into Costa again, and it's ball in the back of the net again. It's 4-2 on the night, it's 5-3 on aggregate, and that might well be game over. 12 minutes to go. We need to score 2 goals to go through on away goals, and it was looking as if we were going to pull off the mighty comeback, but that mistake from Alisson has absolutely killed us off. It's an unbelievable header from Douglas Costa. He's not very tall, and he's thundered that in with his noggin. It's a brilliant finish. Benjamin Pavard is much taller than him. Probably should have dealt with it a lot better, but that is looking like it could well be it. We're not giving up though. Naby Keita with a wonder ball over to Sadio Mane. Inside to Robertson. We're throwing everything forward. That's Salah into Joe Gomez. Cut back for Shaqiri. Blocked now. Only 3 minutes of injury time for Juve to hold on. It's not impossible. We can try and get a goal back at least. Robertson into Mane. Deflects off the defender. Mane on the turn. Saved by Wojciech Szczesny. But I think that's wasted enough time now for Juve. Just 30 seconds left. Resultant corner swung in. Alisson's forward. Gomez has his header cleared away by the defender. It'll fall to Shaqiri now. Sadio Mane saved by Szczesny again. Throwing the kitchen sink at it even at the end. But it is the end. It is the end of our Champions League journey. Defensive errors, goalkeeping errors, once again, like the Champions League campaign that came before us, are what we are going to be ruining. Different goalkeeper, same story. Different team, same Ronaldo though. And once again, he and his side have knocked us out of the Champions League. This time, it's Juventus rather than Real Madrid in the final. Naby Keita's exploit still earned him man of the match, grabbing 2 goals. Himself, Douglas Costa and Cristiano Ronaldo, would you believe, all grabbing braces in a ridiculously hectic hectic game, an unbelievable tie, probably for the neutral as well. It had so many twists and turns. It would have been great to just watch on TV, but unfortunately for us, it does mean we come crashing out of the Champions League at the hands of the Italian champions. 4-2 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate, sorry. It was a valiant effort, but unfortunately that start to the game really killed us off, and then Alisson's goalkeeping blunder as well. He's out of the side as we play Hull City in the quarterfinals now of the FA Cup. We're currently winning 2-0 thanks to goals from Shaqiri and yet another penalty from Fabinho. That's made 3-0 by Houssem Aouar late on, and we comfortably progress past the Tigers. 2 injuries though there in that game, and as you can see, Benjamin Pavard, has pulled his quad. He's out for 2 weeks. It's not the end of the world, but he will miss a couple of games at least here in mid-March. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, one of our backup right-backs, has done his knee in, and now he's out for 2 months. So that's Virgil van Dijk, Antoine Griezmann, James Milner, let's not forget, got injured in episode 5. And now Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Benjamin Pavard injured as well. This is absolutely ridiculous. That's 5 injuries, and what, 3 of them to defenders, 4 of them to players who can play in defence, and now we're playing a makeshift right back in Ryan Sessegnon, who's technically a left back here against Burnley, because Joe Gomez has to play at centre half because Van Dijk's out and Pavard's out, so it's a car crash at the moment. We don't have Wan-Bissaka. Sessegnon plays, doesn't make much of a difference despite the makeshift back 4. We win 3-1 thanks to goals from Keita, Salah, and I think Sessegnon actually, did he get a goal himself? I can't quite remember, but we managed to win the game 3-1 regardless. And the final action of this episode will be a simmed game at home here against Spurs. Lucas Moura actually giving Tottenham a great start to the game, inside 4 minutes giving them the lead, but still this quite makeshift back 4. Sessegnon still at right back, Gomez still at centre back, still no Pavard, still no Wan-Bissaka, still no Van Dijk, crucially as well in this defence, and Harry Kane exploits it, grabbing another goal late on for Tottenham with 10 minutes to go, and this is how it leaves the table. It's not been a great episode as far as the league is concerned, and obviously we're out of the Champions League. The one positive we can take is we're now into the semis of the FA Cup, so at least we can try and work on winning some silverware in episode 7 and also in the finale, which will be episode 8. We're not completely done for as far as the league is concerned. We're currently 6 points off 4th place Spurs, but we do have 2 games in hand on them and a game in hand on both City and Arsenal. So 2 wins in those games in hand and we're right back in the race for the top 4. But we should really have been aiming for the title in this season, but injuries and the such like have got in the way. Regardless of that, that is going to be the end of episode number 6 of this FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. If you have enjoyed it, slap a like on the video and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. Once again, a massive thank you for the support on this channel at the moment. This is the first video I've commentated since hitting 70,000 subscribers, so a humongous thank you for that. It's absolutely insane. That's like 2,500 subscribers in like 3 days, which is literally mind-blowing, so thank you all so much for that. If you enjoyed, as I mentioned, like and subscribe. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys though today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.